Now that is a beautiful shot of the majestic Algonquin Hotel in St. Andrews by the Sea, which is our digs for the weekend as we cover the Lumberjack competition in St. Stephen, New Brunswick, right on the shores of the St. Croix River. We are heading into the double buck event. In total, we're going to be showing you the top 4 heats. And Rod, we've been bugging them for years, your show organizers and the competitors. Come on, guys, let's see 2 cuts in the double buck as opposed to just 1. You're good enough, you can do it.
And they can with these blades that cut so fast in Aspen. They're only cutting 14 inches of wood. We want to see the skill it takes to go from that first cut to the second cut. We're going to see it here with Mark and John on stand 1 against Joe and Tommy, his son, on stand 2.
Well, Tommy, living out in Edmonton, Alberta, doesn't have a chance to practice any of these guys. He's home for a couple of weeks holiday on a vacation, taking on his old man on the left-hand side there.
Mark already had partnered up with John Russell. You see they have a little bit of bobble out of the gate. And look at Joe and Tommy, first time sawing together. They're doing a great job.
Their saw is dropping really quick right now. And look at the left-hand side, they're struggling to get through the first cut. Joe and Tom on the right are way ahead.
They are, but I'll tell you, Jonathan Russell's blade really aggressive. You see it dropping quite fast here. And Tommy and Joe running out of steam.
They're rocking a lot on the left-hand side. I'm not sure they're going to get through this properly. They do, and they win the heat. You guys probably don't practice a whole lot together, but the end of the first cut was a little bit of a struggle, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. We fetched up a raker on our first cut, and it caused us a jam.
Is there what happens when you catch a raker like that? Is it just not staying level, or just tell me what happens?
Not still level.
And were you getting a little bit too aggressive or too anxious to get to the second cut?
I think so. We were kind of hurried to finish the second cut, so we wanted to get done.
Thanks very much. Thanks. Well, and the replay shows a great shot of the Crown lubricant being used by the competitors because it doesn't have any solvents and it doesn't evaporate like some of the other products. It stays with the product as the saws go down through the wood. This next heat is the heat number 2 of the double buck. The time to beat right now is 25 seconds.
That's right, Kelly Cousins and Heather Maciel are teamed up and they're sawing against Janet Walker and Melanie Bork.
And once again, the women are being required to do 2 cuts as well. Now, these stands are a little bit high for the women. You can see the way they're set up. Heather is not a tall woman. She's really got to reach.
That's right, reaching a long ways. They're set at only 14 inches of wood they're sawing here, but they're set up actually quite high.
And you can see as the saws drop down, they're getting it more into a groove, more at their comfort level. Melanie and Heather on the left-hand side well into their second cut. No, they're struggling at the beginning once again because it's a little bit high for them.
Hard time getting started here on the left-hand side, but look on the right, they went through a ring of knots. That's going to slow them down here. They'll have a good starting cut, but right here when they hit the knots, they're going to slow down.
Kelly and Heather on the left-hand side struggle at the end, and they win the heat, though, with a time of 30.2. I'm kind of thinking the stand is a little bit high for you, and that second cut getting set was kind of difficult.
Yeah, it is. I think I have a disadvantage being short. You know.
Is that?
It's just harder because you have to bring it up a little bit further. We've never sawed together either, so.
Yeah. So on the first cut, obviously you have time to get set and and that sort of thing. But it's only natural that you're going to start to stand up a little bit and then to reset a little bit difficult.
Yeah, it is. I'm not used to. We're not used to cutting 2 cookies on a cross cut, so we said whoever ended closest, we'd restart. But it's hard to anticipate that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, once again in that replay, you can see the height disadvantage of Heather Maciel with Kelly Cousins being a lot taller. It's hard to keep the saw level. Kelly being tall, Heather being short. They had a hard time at that setting.
Second cut makes a difference between the good cutters and the great cutters in this event.
Well, in an earlier heat, Bugby and Bertrand set a time of 16.56. That is now the time to beat. Here's a seasoned team of Larkin and Reed taking on Bourque and Dupuis. Should be a great heat, but we know Larkin and Reed work a lot together.
They won the series last year in the double buck. All year they won every event they went to, and actually they're doing a great job this year. Look at their saw sinking.
Dupuis and Bourque had a hard time out of the gate, but they're motoring now, putting a lot of pressure on it. Too much pressure. They bust open the first cut. Larkin and Reed are going to win this one and lower the time to beat. Larkin and Reed win it, and now they have time to beat at 12.84. You go to a lot of shows where single cut is necessary in double buck, but you guys come from the college system where multiple cuts is regular business, so you got to be used to that, right?
Yeah, we do. In the college level, we do 2 cuts on an 8x8, then we trade the saw off to the next 2 people.
Well, you guys have worked together clearly and getting from 1 cut to second cut, and that's a key to success here.
Yeah, when you get towards the better competitors, it's what will win or lose you the heat.
Well, what a great camera shot there, showing the transition from cut number 1 to cut number 2, where you can see the success or the failures sometimes in these races.
And it makes a difference between first and fourth place in the double buck. They laid down a big time here in the last heat, 12.84 now the time to beat, but if anyone can do it, Donald Lambert and Paul Woolen taking on Mario Bork and Moyle Conrad.
Great combination of veteran competitors, 2 from New Brunswick, 1 guy from Nova Scotia, 1 guy from Quebec. It's going to be a fantastic race, a 2-cut race.
These guys have been sawing together all summer, Moyle and Mario, and Donald and Paul just teamed up here, but you know that they practiced a bit. Look at Moyle and Mario.
It's a great race. Both guys break out the first cut at the exact same time. Paul and Donald on the left, Mario and Moyle on the right-hand side. It's going to be close. Mario Moyle bust off. Nice race there to the end. It was going to be a photo finish, but just tell me what happened at the very end.
We just had a little jam there. I think we got a little bit hungry, try to break it off and beat the other team, but not a bad cut.
So you got to keep your focus and that sort of thing, and let's get the job done, right?
Yeah, you got to keep you focused. This is actually only the 3rd time in 7 years we shot together.
You had a good race going on with Paul and Donald.
Oh, I think we're competitive. I think we'll be the team to beat all summer.
Thanks, guys.
Well, thank you, Bill.
Well, it's a real treat to see 2 cuts in the double buck. You can see races that are won and lost in the transition from 1 to 2. Here it was done by 3/100ths of a second.
And the crown, pivotal point today, focuses on Donald Lambert from St. Gilles, Quebec. He chops his way to first place in the standing block shop and then follows it up with a first place finish in the double buck.
And we're now 1/3 of the way through the competition with a 3-way tie for second place. 3 guys, 100 points. Donald Lambert with his double victory has got twice as many.
And our gas guzzler lumberjack of the day focuses on an American competitor making this truly an international competition. Sheardon Doyle throwing 14 points and winning in the axe throw.
And you know, shows like this in St. Stephen, New Brunswick, an international lumberjack competition don't happen without support from your local sponsors. What a great start to the competition here in Chocolatetown, Canada, St. Stephen, New Brunswick. We've got a solid field of competitors.
Also a fabulous group of people, the organizing committee that put this show on. They always run a great competition.
Come back again next time for more Lumberjacks.
Lumberjacks is sponsored by Echo, only professional grade with 5-year warranty. Crown, protect, maintain, save. K100, we make water burn. Yamaha, what kind of Yamaha are you?
I work for the Canadian Food Inspection Agency.
I work in the quality control business.
I work at the Nova Scotia Agricultural College. I work for Corrections Service Canada.
I am currently a full-time student at the Nova Scotia Agricultural College.
I'm a full-time child wrangler.
I'm the owner of a health home. I'm a plumber by trade.
I'm an arborist. I'm a forester.
I'm a forest engineer.
And I'm a truck driver in Edmonton.
And I'm a logger.
And I'm an arborist.
And I work in the woods.
I'm a foreman at a sawmill, specializing in porn style.